Hey guys, Kurt here with NK Garage, and welcome back to the shed for Shed Series Part 2. Now today is going to be a little bit of a shed tour, also some shed organization and some tools. You're going to take a look at some of the tools that I've got in here. So basically, what I've been doing over the last week, I spent a lot of time in here getting organized, getting some junk out of here, and getting everything set up. I've brought back a lot of stuff recently that I wanted to upgrade the shed here. So I'm going to give you guys a quick little tour when I turn the camera around, show you the new additions to the shed. So let's do that right now. Let's take a look. All right, guys. So y'all know I got this big snap-on tool chest here. And recently in a tool haul, we got this snap-on side cabinet, but it's also doubled as a wall cabinet. And I love this thing. This is nice old vintage snap-on. Love that logo. Cabinet's in great shape. There's a little bit of rust on more towards the bottom, but it's in pretty good shape considering its age. So I wanted this thing for the shed. Basically use it as like a chemical storage cabinet, kind of all-purpose storage cabinet. So this is it. It's got the 3 compartments, down below. I got some of my bigger stuff. Some garbage bags and gloves and all that, and oil and spray paint and all that stuff. I got my weed whacker string in here. So yeah, that's the cabinet storage. All that stuff was just hanging around before, so that was a big improvement here. So I'm super happy about that. Got my stop sign hung up. Got that last year at the flea market. I still want to get those because those wires there are good and the lights work, so I still want to hook up like a 12-volt battery so I can light that up when I'm feeling it. But I love that kind of stuff. And then these are my machines here. So I got this all reorganized. This cart here was in the garage back at Nick's house, and we upgraded to that other vintage snap-on box for the lathe tooling. So this was Nick's lathe tooling cart, and brought this back yesterday. And this thing is nice and heavy duty, so I got some, PPE in here. Got my extra sanding belts. I got to get some new grinder discs and all that. Get them in there. And then the bottom is going to be, I got steel wool and some Brillo pads and stuff like that in here. So that's what that's going to all be. Plus we have the bottom storage. And that's where the air compressor is. So, and the whole cart's on wheels, so I can roll it around the shop and take it wherever I need. The drill press is in the corner. In order to use that, this cart just rolls out. And then this is the bandsaw over here. I bought this bandsaw for my father a couple of years ago, and he was using it, and then it broke. So the motor needs some serious help. The motor does run, but it's not running right. It's not spinning up to as fast as it should be. The power cord is completely dry rotted and falling apart. So the power cord needs to be replaced, the motor needs to be opened up and serviced, but I'm pretty sure it can be fixed. So that's a project, but I got it on wheels yesterday so I can roll it around. Because, we're in a small shed here. This is only 8 feet by, I think, 12 feet. So space is super limited, but that's why I wanted these two on wheels. Eventually I might even put wheels on the drill press too. And I've actually got some wheels over here. I'm going to be taking this cart apart. So this cart was on the bottom of that toolbox over there. So that's another new addition. You guys saw last time on the shed series, we got this box. And I bought this box because we had this box from a tool haul. And I love these boxes, man. These are great boxes. And this one's in excellent condition. There's the old logo there. Right now I've got it propped up on some 2x4 lumber. If I did put wheels back on it, it would be just a smidge too tall for the shelf here. And this shelf is customizable. I could always raise that later, but I set it at the height where it wouldn't be too higher than the window. That's kind of where I wanted it. And I don't plan on rolling that toolbox out anytime soon, so for now I think I'll just leave it on the wood blocks. I can always put wheels back on it later. I'd actually prefer it not rolling because nothing in here is level. That's another project we got to do, is level the shed. It's definitely got a good amount of slope to it, so we call that sloped for drainage. Well, that's what we'll call that. But yeah, the objective today is, the reason why I wanted this box in here is because I've got too many tools in here. So this is my user box. This is where all the tools that I use whatever I'm working on. This is where the tools are. But also in here is a lot of my collection. So I want to put all the Craftsman's big collection of mine. I want to put all my vintage Craftsman stuff in here, and that's going to be the goal of today. You know, yesterday I was cleaning up. I got all my junk out of up here, and I started putting in all my vintage Craftsman power tools. So we got, you know, the circular saw, a couple sanders, got that Sears incandescent work light there, a little jigsaw. So that's coming along, and workbench is cleaning up. Got rid of a bunch of little toolboxes that I had in here, stuff full of stuff, because I found better space. Got my little hardware storage set up, so we're getting somewhere. We're coming along here. Oh, I also got this sign. We had a bulk pickup. You know, people throw out a bunch of junk and town comes up and picks it up. This was in somebody's junk pile, so I had to have that. I brought that back, hung it up there. So all right, I'm gonna get busy. I'm gonna get my vintage Craftsman tools out of these boxes and get them into that box, get them organized, and show you guys what I got. All right, guys, I got the box kind of loaded up. I've got plenty of extra space. This is gonna really open up the vintage Craftsman collection. So my goal for these boxes is to do everything that's pre-70s. There's gonna be a couple exceptions, and I mean, these boxes are even early 70s, so it's kind of not so period correct, but I love these boxes, and these are the ones that I found, so that's just the way it's gonna be. So yeah, let's jump in and take a look. You guys saw last time, you saw some of the stuff, but I've been upgrading. I still have a lot of tools to go through, but I got these two old tap wrenches, and you know, everything needs to be cleaned up and oiled, but maybe that'll show up or not. The Craftsman logo. This is not a this is probably 70s, but again, make an exception. Got the old caliper and the old tri-square. Got some old buffing, you know, compound there. I don't think, yep, nothing in this drawer yet. This drawer is, I think I showed this last time, the adjustable wrenches. And this is a mix too, you know, this stuff has got some 70s in there as well, but that's where those are going for now. Eventually they'll get more organized and laid in the bottom. There shouldn't be anything in there. So 1/4 inch drawer didn't change. 3/8 drawer. I forgot I had this. So take a look at that old box. Wait till you see what's inside. There we go. It's a set of Flying V swivel sockets. They are 12 points with the pointed A logo. So the pointed A, I believe, changed in like 68, changed to the barn style top. So that's a complete set. That's really cool. Found one extra socket. Check this out. Again, something else I forgot I had. Should have brought it in last time. But yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of a surprise. But there we go. I had this 1/2 inch drive socket case with the pointed A. So I put the tools in it. And you know, I got to figure out exactly what's supposed to be in here, but I think I have the whole set of sockets. That looks right. I put this breaker bar in here and an extension, but I'm gonna have to look and see what should be in there, and it shouldn't take much to really fill that out. So that's awesome. Now into the bottom box. So this is all it's not new stuff, but it's newly organized. So like I said, I'm trying to keep it the older stuff. So these are all pointed A Craftsman screwdrivers. I thought I had more. I really don't have as many as I thought I did. But we have the little ratcheting screwdriver here. These two I think are marked vanadium, the flat blades. And then we got ones like this. This is nice, beefy, stubby. And this is a Circle G. It also has the super tough. So that's cool. And these two are also from that same generation. So that's something we're gonna have to work on. This drawer, it's all the older ratchets. Like I said, this is all pointed A. So this is everything, you know, that's gonna be pre-70s. The older stuff is up top, because that's where that's going. But these are the ones that I don't necessarily want to use. I mean, I can, but I have plenty more ratchets, and I'd rather make this more of a priority drawer for stuff that I want to clean up and get serviced, because it's the older stuff. So got a couple 1/2-inch drives in the back. We have 2 of those like box head pair heads, one with the indent and one without the indent. Butterfly flex, little butterfly, little flat head, and then all these 3/8 drive, all kind of the same variations, in a breaker bar and the 1/4-inch spinner. Next drawer, this is kind of like Flying V era, and this split my collection in half because I want to fill this out all pointed A, but the Flying V does both. It does the pointed A and the barn style A. So now I'm going to have to fill this set back in, and also it broke up my tappet wrench set because I had 3 with the pointed A and 1 with the barn style A. So now I got to get that number 2, and then we have these guys, the stubby. There's supposed to be 1 more. I think it's a 3/8 7/16. Then this drawer, this is where my vanadium wrenches are. So I've got 2 stacks of the double open back there. This one's in really good condition with the chrome still. These ones, the chrome is basically gone, or whatever they plated it with. I even have a 3rd set inside that is so well preserved I won't even bring it in the shed. 1 vanadium combination wrench, we got that recently. Got my offset double boxes, all Craftsman vanadium. Got the non-offset double box, 3 of the stubby offset double box, and then 2 old tappet wrenches. So technically I do have a pointed A number 2. It's just this one's not plated, and then this one is like super old. I've only seen one like this before with the raised lettering. There's the Craftsman in there again, and it's got a C-3002 part number on it. That's quite an old one. This drawer is pliers, and this one I strictly only put in pointed A stuff. So these are all my vanadiums in the this is the Ernst pliers rack, and these are my treasures. But I love these pliers. Not only do you got, you know, such a nice cool logo, you have all the detail on these. All of these have that same detail. You can see that. So that's my favorite pliers, is all the vanadiums. We have 3 linesmans, like a 6, a 7, and an 8, maybe 8.5 or 9, maybe that one is. 3 different diagonal cutters, and then a little slip joint water pump plier style. We have our little nail puller here. These 4 are all the double line Craftsman, so maybe you can see that right there. So we got the tin snips, the slip joints with cutters. That's pretty cool. And 2 of the slip joint water pump pliers and 1 vice grip. Yep, nothing gonna be in those next 3 drawers. Those are empty, but I saved the bottom for the hammers. So yeah, these are my older hammers. We got this one here, which is a double line, and it's got the flat top A, the barn style, but I think it does. It's hard to tell. This one's pretty used. This is one that I redid already. This came from Resto Rob. Let's get a nicer look on that. With that circle logo underline. So this one I had to do a whole new handle and everything. It's nice. And then this is the soft face mallet. This is double line Craftsman Professional Mechanics. So that's most of the collection. I know I have more pieces somewhere. I've been shoving things around, kind of really needed to get organized for a while, so I might find a couple more things. And I know I have some stuff in the house that I kind of just, I could never take it out of a controlled environment because it's too nice. But this is the shed collection. This is most of it. So yeah, that's gonna help me a lot. I got plenty more storage space. Really gonna help me see what I have, because when stuff was in here, it's just in piles. So I can really keep track of what I have and what I'm looking for, and that's gonna be cool. So shed's coming along. It's really cleaned up. I mean, just yesterday there was just stuff. I just had so much stuff in here I couldn't walk. It's too small of a shed to have anything that you don't need. So I kicked a whole big pile of stuff outside. Some of it went back to Nick, some of it hit the trash, some of it's going to go to resale, and we're getting there. We're getting along. I do want to build a shelf up here. I have my like vintage automotive products and stuff like that, my vintage oil cans. Whenever I find this stuff, and then I got some older tools over here, but whenever I find that stuff, people throwing it away or whatever, I just grab it. They sell that stuff at the flea market, but I won't pay for it when I know I can get it in the trash, because I've gotten every single one of those in the trash. So I want to build a better shelf for that, because those things keep falling over, and that's not good. So I want to build the shelf. That's going to be an improvement. And then I gotta plug all these holes. I got them with the wire mesh to keep the animals out, but every single one of those is going to get plugged with wood, so that it's more sealed up. There's enough air gaps that this place will get plenty of ventilation. Without that, that's just too much ventilation, because what happens is people drive down the road, dust gets kicked up, dust comes up through the roof and settles down, and if I don't come in here for a while, I mean, I come in and there's a dust layer on stuff that's all coming in like crazy, and then the moisture, I left this open. I mean, look how much dust is on this diagnostics screen, but then the moisture too, the dust and the moisture creates this bad environment, and I get stuff like this. I left this top open, left this case open, and all that's rusting. So I'm trying to keep that humidity and dust from coming in and landing in here, get strapped in here. It's a shed, so it's never going to be perfect, but it can definitely be better. So that's the shed episode 2, and who knows what we're going to get on episode 3. This is just kind of, we'll do some stuff, we'll have some fun in the shed. It's kind of motivating me to get this place cleaned up, and it's fun, and I know you guys enjoy it, because, you know, there's a whole nother level to the shed stuff. It's a different atmosphere for sure. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about the collection. Let me know what you think about the new boxes and everything. I'm really happy. So we'll see you guys next time with another shed video.